there gamers, and welcome back to Not Board Gaming. I'm your host, I'm Mark. I got quite a big package in the post today. Sounds rude. Awaken Realms have very kindly sent me the kind of all-in pledge of this game right here, which is Grimcoven. It obviously came out in GameFound about a year or so ago, and it's about to get delivered to backers. I believe it's going on boats round about now. So Awaken Realms has sent me an early review copy. They sent me absolutely everything for it. I've not played the game before, but I'm really looking forward to diving in. I do love a boss battler, so it'd be great to see how this holds up against some of my great ones like Kingdom Death Monster, like Primal, The Awakening, like Aeon Trespass. I know it's not exactly the same kind of game as those, but I do love a boss battler. So what I'm going to do, without much further ado, is I'm going to drop you down to the table, and yeah, we're going to do an in-depth unboxing of practically everything that you see right here for Grimcoven from Awaken Realms. Ooh, it's going to be a lot of stuff. Okay, so we're going to start with the box of the game itself. Then we'll move on to all the other expansions and everything else that comes into it. But you can see here we got Grimcoven, a game by Christoph Belschik, by Awaken Realms. Look, this is quite a meaty box. As I put my hands up there, it's probably nearly 2 handspans up, and you can see the depth of it. Now, there's an element of lift on there because, of course, it will have boards and everything that will need punching out, I should imagine, in there as well. As we turn over to the back, it says Grimcoven is a cooperative boss battler for 1 to 5 players, set in a dark Victorian universe where only the hunt matters. In this highly tactical game, you take on the role of a hunter fueled by lament, a mysterious substance granting strength at the cost of your sanity. Sign a coven with your fellow hunters and head into the battle during combat. Strategically use dice allocation to move around the board, fire up different combos, and gather the lament to grow stronger. Build your character and try to claim the ultimate victory over the lament-born monsters. The Grimcoven core box comes with a great set of unique characters, enemies, and maps that brings almost endless replayability. Choose from 6 playable hunter characters, each with unique game mechanics and play styles. Fight one of the 6 mighty grief bounds, which are the bosses, each with 5 highly variable scenarios, or go on a pretender. This is a special edition of the game with miniatures. It says 1 to 5 players, for age 14 plus, 120 minutes per session. Yeah, you know, you all know how board games lie. And components, 44 high quality miniatures, dual layered player boards, dual layered boss board, plastic rings, yada yada yada. All that stuff is on there, and you can see a suggested layout down here as well. So I'm sorry for the reflection. Let's get a knife and let's cut into this cellophane. Oh my god, let's do it this way. Always scary cutting it into the cellophane of a game. Let's get rid of this. We don't need this no more. I don't know if you watched my video recently when I unboxed my all-in pledge of Nemesis, but I still haven't kind of packaged everything up from that yet in terms of putting the stuff in cards in sleeves, etc. There's a nice black lining to the box itself. Okay, this is my required reading for tonight. I am going to be reading this rulebook. I love reading rulebooks, okay? So let's have a look at the rulebook, okay? We've got an overview of kind of what is Grimcoven there. Winning or losing, first steps, is a QR code that you can scan. The rulebook is let's have a look, 35 pages long. We've got a nice list of kind of icons at the back there, which says a hunt book. We've got the epilogue. Don't know whether I should be showing you that, but there we go. You've got a brief glimpse of the epilogue. So let's have a look through. We've got the component overview, okay? So kind of everything that I'm getting in this box right here. There's a lot of stuff. And then we've got how to set the game up, enemies setup, etc. So there's a look through. We got lots of diagrams and quite a bit of text as well, so it's going to take a while to read this rulebook. But I was looking online over the last few days at some of the playthroughs, and it looks like once you get a hang of the rules, it becomes relatively straightforward. All the various phases, and then we got the game modes here. So here we have the solo rules, if you want to fly solo. Obviously, as a solo player, I do play a lot of games solo, but cooperative games like this, I tend to prefer to play 2-player rather than pure solo. We've got the Rapid Hunt, which allows you to kind of play the game quicker. We've got difficulty customization, Pretenders, Pretenders Duality, Pretender Gunslinger, Pretender Keeper, oh my god. Pretenders are additional grief bound to be hunted. The pretender scenarios can be unlocked by achieving the final perdition with the corresponding hunter. Okay, so additional game modes that you can unlock. Pretender Technomancer, Pretender Mannequin, Pretender Death Jester. That's a nice looking rulebook. Okay, then we have Welcome to Grimcoven, where darkness looms and the hunt begins. And there we go, it shows you, I think, oh, it's a tutorial. Fantastic. I do love an Awaken Realms tutorial. They help you in so many ways. So it tells you here how to kind of set up the map, how to build a scenario, set up events, player setup, etc., and how to play the game. This is great. This is great. I do love a scenario, a tutorial. I remember when I first got Tainted Grail, the scenario and the tutorial in that was really, really good. Okay, we got some punch boards. How many have we got? Quite a few. So let's just dive into these punch boards. I'm not obviously going to punch anything right now because that would take just too long, and then I'd be left with trying to put everything away. Okay, so if we look at the thickness of the punch boards, we can see that they're reasonably thick there. They're nice and thick. And what we have here, these are the various phases here throughout the game. And I think what you do, the steps basically. And what you're going to do is you're going to put those so you can follow it perfectly. I wish more games did that. Then we have the various hexes here for parts of the map. They're starting to come apart already. We have some rivers and some tokens up there. Look at these tokens. Look at those. Look at them. Don't know what they are, but they look scary. There we go. We have more terrain. So we've got a bridge. Here we go. We've got, I think these are the actions that you can take here as well. So we've got run, we've got sprint, defense, cleanse, and assist to give to another manager. Some more another hunter, another manager, another hunter. We got tiles with some text on there. So for example, this tile says, action, speak with the priest, draw and resolve a random secret card. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have showed you that. And we got some whirly bits. Look at that, whirly bits there in these tokens. We've got a busy thing here. Don't know what that means. There's a skeleton behind it. And some great artwork on here, a nice lantern at the top there. We have more stuff, more and more and more. So we have more terrain tiles, and we also have these kind of coffins and sarcophagi down at the bottom, and some kind of pyres there or something like that. We've made out of bone maybe, I don't know what they are. We have, I've got to be careful with this because I don't want any of this falling out at this stage. A big sheet of tokens, and I don't know what these are down here. Mage, soldier, commander, and messenger. That's these down here. And it says here, block your cleanse action. Can we read that? Sorry, there we go. Block your cleanse action, gain 1 stun, and flip this token. Activate all other commander bonuses. Okay, so a number of tokens there. We have some stuff with dials on here, of course. So here we go. So more terrain there, and we can see some standees down here, and we've got the electric chair. We've got the boiling pot, the cage, and the pillory, and some dials there. So there'll be some dials to make up on it here at some point. Wow. Okay. Look at this artwork here. So we have a Death Jester. It's got a movement of 2 and a health of 11 by the looks of it. And it says, lucky, refresh strep, draw 1 fate card, and pass, discard all fate cards and reshuffle the fate deck. And then we've got the mannequin. Okay, so that's got a movement of 2 and a health of 10. And again, just going to show you that artwork there if you can see it. And it says, all for 1, refresh step, switch to another personality and block the appropriate action. Then there's stuff there that do with Bloodless Husk and some more kind of, God knows what, there. And look at this, hey, more tokens for me. Now, there is an acrylic pack that's come with this version of the game, with this pledge, so I don't know what's in the acrylic pack, whether it replaces some of these tokens, but we can see everything there that you get, and that's all of the punch boards for Grimcoven. Right, underneath here, we've got more stuff, and we've also got an illustration on how the minis all go back into the box itself as well. Okay, so let's start here. We got, these look like progress sheets, okay? So you're going to, I should imagine these would be downloadable. So you're going to save your progress as you go through the game. I don't think it's a campaign game. I'm pretty certain it's not a campaign game. It's scenario based, but you can unlock things as you go through scenarios, as you can see here. Yeah, there we go. It says, after winning all grief-bound scenarios, go to the epilogue script on page 32 in the rulebook. And then we've got the Grimcoven core box pretenders. So these are the pretenders here. And yeah, there's a couple of those sheets, double-sided. We have a Grimcoven hunt book. All right, so this is scenarios, basically. Yeah, so these are various scenarios that you can get. So we've got scenario 1 there. It tells you how to set up the map, how to set up the environment, how to set up the enemies, what the grief-bound attack deck should look like, and then you begin the hunt. And it's got a couple of epilogues there for defeat and for victory. There are a number of scenarios in here, as you can see, and there are some special rules as well. Okay, so that's the hunt book. Sorry, that's Convergence hunt book. We have the Devourer hunt book. So all these scenarios. So I think it said each of the grief-bound bosses has a scenario book with 5 scenarios in there, and there we go. Tells you about what the Devourer does. Then we have the Swarm Mistress, exactly the same again. And we have the Graveyard Dragon. He did the most. He did the monster mash. It was a Graveyard Dragon. Sorry. Okay. And there we go. More scenarios there. And that's for the Graveyard Dragon. Well, we have the Undead General. That's going to tell you what the mini looks like. And we also have the Tormentor. There we go. These are the books there. Wow. Okay. And because of that, these are the pretenders, I think. So yes. So these are the pretenders here. We've got a number of them here. I'll not go through each and every one. We've got the Graveyard Dragon, a couple of Graveyard Dragons. I don't know how this works, but they've obviously got different things on there. So a number of Graveyard Dragons. We've got the Devourer. So these are all... Oh no, these are scenario bosses, right, okay. And not just Pretender, we've got the Tormentor, and we got the Keeper Pretender as well, or remember the Keeper that's on there. Then we have these things. That's more bosses, basically. There we go. So yeah, some more bosses, Convergence, Swarm Mistress, Undead General, so there we go. And I think these are scenario based, so yeah, you got the Pretender, but I think, yeah, it tells you on the back which scenario of that particular grief-bound you use that particular card for. I don't know if I'm going through this in the right kind of order, but obviously I'm just opening stuff as I see it and going from there. We have some of these, so we have a Death Jester here. We have a Mannequin. We have a Keeper. We have, these say Deputy on them. We have a Gunslinger. We have a Duality. And a Technomancer. So I think these are your character cards, these, aren't they? I think, yeah. Because if we look in here, we've got the player boards. Right, these are lovely and dual layered, these. And you can see this is where the dial and the punch out that we saw earlier would go. So look at that. Oh, you can get your card this way, and then you flip it over when you become corrupted, and it goes that way. The slots there for kind of your moves, etc. And yeah, there's nothing on the back there. That's a nice fit. That feels good. They actually lock in place. Oh yeah, they will lock in place because of the curve down at the bottom here. So there's no sliding these out in any way. And I think this is kind of your corruption track at the top there. So we have the Technomancer. We have Duality. We have the Gunslinger, man, and we also have, let's have a look, the Keeper. There we go. And there's a couple of spare, no, there's one extra board there. I think that's if you're using any of the others there, basically. I have no idea. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. I could be talking out my bumhole on this. Right, here we go. This is where you're going to put some of the cards, all right? So you've got the attack deck. This is for the bad guys. The attack deck, what happens next turn, what happens this turn, and the stage deck as well. And this is a grief-bound level. I don't know what that means. But you're going to put something in there. Again, nice dual-layered boards. Okay, let's have a look now at some of the minis. So I've turned this around sideways just so it makes it easier for me to get them out. Now, let's say, I think this is the Sun-Dropped edition. It is indeed. Okay, and I don't know the names of these minis, so you're going to have to bear with me. But let's start with this wonderful looking kind of, is it a dragon here? Let's have a look. Look at this. So we can just see the face there. There's the face, just hidden there. And we can see all of the detail that's in here. I say these are the Sundrop versions, so if you are a painter, you are, there's a lot of detail in here for you. And we can just see underneath, I think. Just trying to put this right into the light. There we go. You can just see underneath what they look like. That looks great. And here we've got a dual plastic one here. So let's have a look at this. We've got 2 types of plastic on this. Look at this. This looks amazing. Okay, so you've got this kind of iridescent blue that's going on there, and this nice kind of electric forks, whatever you want to call it, kind of coming down underneath. So they're rising on this electricity. This is the Technomancer, isn't it? And look at this. Look at this crown on here as well. So these look fantastic. Nice detail on some of these. We got a gunslinger, man. Here we go. I don't know if I'm presuming red means bad person. So I don't know. Let's just presume that red means bad. We've got this kind of bad guy looking thing here. Look at this. I could be wrong. Could be a main character for all I know. Could be a hero. There we go. That can go back in there. And we'll also look here. I apologise for not knowing the names of all these characters in advance, but there we go. Look at this. All of the hands kind of holding that together there. Yes. Right, let's have a look at a few others then. We'll not look at every single mini. Oh, look at this thing. It's got like snakes coming out of its mouth, or tendrils coming out of its mouth. Look at this. Really nightmarish kind of grimdark stuff that's happening just here. It looks fantastic, absolutely fantastic. There we go. We've got this thing here, which it's got the head of a bird by the looks of it. Yeah, head of a bird. Look at that. That's amazing. And we've also got this thing here. This is, got a number of guns. So you can see that the Sundrop really it does stand out, but your preference might be to paint them yourselves, or you might like just the grey and red plastic that comes with it. But you can see that the Sundrop really works very well on these. Apologies, my battery ran out then, so I just had to go and replace the battery. So let's have a look at a few others as well then. So here we go. I wonder if these are kind of the main characters here. We've seen a cowboy obviously on the on all the material for it on the front cover, so we have that there. We also have this wizardy looking thing right here again with some electric coming out of there. And then we got, I think I'm right, I think the ones in red are kind of the bad guys. So let's have a look at some of these bad guys down here. We got this bell ringing thing. Look at this. Okay, so as you see that, it's got like a massive bell, and it looks like some kind of insect there as well. Okay, we got this. Looks like it's got the old plague doctor's mask on there. Look. I'll put my hand there because these are quite dark against a dark background, so it looks like it's got the plague doctor's hand against it, which is cool. And these are some of the minions down here, I think. So there's quite a number of these down here. We got this particular one. We have these guys. And we have these guys as well, which are kind of clinging onto gravestones. Look at them. Perfect. All right, a few more other minis in there that I've not quite shown you, but I think that's more or less all of them shown under that level. So let's move under here. Okay, so here we got the dice, the cards, all the dice. Now, I'll show you something else when I show you these dice in a second, all right? But let's carry on with the minis theme, all right? And we're going to look at this big bad just here. So let's just take these big bads, should I say, just here. So first of all, let's start with the boring bit. It's not boring. We've got this kind of altar thing that's happening just there. There we go, and you can see it's got red plastic around it, clear, transparent red plastic, and then it's got the altar in the middle, which looks great. We've got this thing, which, I don't know, is this some kind of a bat? Is it a first player marker? I have absolutely no idea. But there we go, we can see that thing there. I'm just going to pop that into there and out the way. We'll go on to the big bad. So we'll start up here. And we can see this kind of, oh God knows, Cthulhu-esque thing here. It's some kind of sea creature with tentacles and a beak and fangs. Again, looks great. Looks so good. Then we're going to go this thing here. Oh, it's quite a heavy one. Okay, so yeah, this is some kind of, it looks like a giant turd. It looks like some kind of creature that has swallowed cities whole, basically. You can see there's a kind of a skull just there. There we go, there's the skull. It's just there. It looks like it's got like cities and things in there, basically, that it's swallowed whole. Let's do this one now. So this, and again, we will have seen these names as I was showing you stuff at the beginning. But these are, you know, if you look at the size of my hand, these are reasonably sized kind of big monster miniatures. So these are the grief bound. And you can see it's got the kind of shreds in its wings. We're going to do this one, which got this massive killer club. Look at that. And we just got the tiniest little skeleton head at the top. This is a big weighty thing. This has got loads of skeleton heads there, and then just a tiny one popping out at the top. Big weighty kind of club thing that's got spikes on the end. Raggedy cloak. That looks great. I'm just going to put that there while I get this one out. Okay, so this one is we just had a minor. There's just a tiny minor break that's come on somewhere, but oh, it's just come off there, that's fine, okay. So it should have that at the other side, I'll just glue that. But we can see that we have this, we've just got this wonderful, very Kingdom Death Monster-esque, some of these, I think, yeah, which looks utterly fantastic. Look at that, and it's got all these kind of sails and flags hanging behind it. And then we'll go to Bertha here, oh, the big one. Look at the size of this, all right? So this is bigger than my hand, okay? This is straddling a church. I don't know if you can see that down there, but it's absolutely straddling a church. And it's got all these kind of gizzards and gullet and ribs that are open at the bottom. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. We've got ribs that are open at the bottom. Got these big wings. Look at the size of that thing. That is a hefty, hefty miniature right there. Oh. If I can remember the way that goes back. Yeah, that way. Okay, what else have we got in here? We've got some portal doors, all right? So these are 2-layer plastic. You can see the green is transparent. You can see through that. You know what? Kind of a little LED light behind them and make it so atmospheric on the board, wouldn't it? And there are a number of those there. And we have here some, oh, these are player cards maybe. Yeah, we've got some cards here, what the Alchemist does, what the Activation does, these must be the bad guys. We've got some Hunter cards here, so we've got a Renegade Hunter, okay. And we've also got a Corruption card here. Okay, don't know what that one singular Corruption card does. Maybe it's just Nova Spill. Right, so we got dividers, they're good. And obviously I'm not going to go into every single deck of cards, because I don't want to spoil the game. We have secrets. These look like maybe location cards, so there's an additional, another Corruption card there. And we have a number of packs of cards that are obviously going to take some time to get sorted, but there are a number within there. So, I don't know if you can see down there, look, there's quite a lot of cards just along here, so let's not go into all those just now. Then we have the dice, okay? So these are the dice that come with the game, and they're really nice looking dice. You've got your various kind of symbols on there as well. So we've got lots and lots of D6s that will operate slightly differently. So I think the colour, I think you've got blue, you've got purple, you've got green. The colour is going to mean something ever so slightly different on these dice, okay? And we've also got some dice in here as well. There's a couple of extra dice just there. Then we have these D1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so D6, D12s maybe. Some lovely little acrylic tokens there, and some standees. And these are just things to make the dials up. However, when we talk about dice, I just want to show you one of the additions that you can get. So, obviously these are the bog standard dice, and if you got them, you're going to be more than happy about those. But what you could also get as well, in the lovely Grimcoven bag, are these dice. So these, here we go, have been made ever so slightly different. I think these were an additional add-on. So if we look at the D12s that we got here, nice, but then we got these wonderful textured die just here. Look at these. Okay, they've got all the symbols on. So you got those, and as well as these standard dice looking like that, you've got one for each colour, where the standard dice are nice and textured and look like this. Look. So I think that was definitely an add-on. I don't think it was a stretch goal, but I think that was definitely an add-on, and they look absolutely fantastic. It will add to the kind of they will add to the ambience and the immersion of the game itself. So look, that's everything that you get inside kind of the core box with the miniatures. All right, I'm going to put this away, and then we'll have a look at the stretch goals next. Okay, so that's the main box put away. I know it seems like the blink of an eye for you guys. It's actually been about 3 hours. I've had dinner with my wife. We've been to watch a movie, but now we're back. So we're now going to have a look at the Forgotten Entities expansion. It says here that this add-on introduces 2 new Griefbound and an elite enemy. Expand your enemy selection with the Chimera, Striga and Werewolf. This expansion also contains a set of additional cards, which are secret environment and events, and special map tiles. This is a special expeditions expansion with miniatures. Okay, so there's I think we've seen that there is a lot of games. You've got the all-in and a lot of stuff here. How you reduce it down to singular boxes or less boxes, I have no idea, and I'm generally terrible with that kind of stuff. But look at that artwork on the front. There we go. We can see that on the front, which is some kind of dragon worm. I don't know exactly what it is. Right. So we've got the Striga book here. Okay. So this is the Striga Hunt book. How many scenarios are in this? Probably the same. I think there's probably 5 per, isn't there, by the looks of it? Oh, no, there's 4. Got a prologue and an epilogue, and some additional rules on the back there for Striga. We have the Chimera Hunt book. A little bit creased, but that's fine. 5 scenarios there. I wonder if there's 5 in Striga. I just missed one. Let's just go back to... there is 5. There is 5 in the Striga book. Okay, and then we have an overview on exactly what Forgotten Enemies does. There he goes, components, new Griefbound, new elite enemies, new events, new environments, new secrets, and how to implement it as well. So it says here that expansion does not introduce any new rules or component types to the base game. You just add the cards and the corresponding deck of the game. Okay, cool. Anything on the back of that? There we go. The setup modifications for Rapid Hunt and then credits. Okay, so we now have these packs. So these are the... We'll see who you're fighting against. So, and these are all the different ones, scenario 1, etc. So we have the Chimera, and we have the Striga. There we go. There's Striga, and there's the Chimera. And look at the artwork on there. Looks great. Some map tiles, more map tiles. The punching's really very good on these. So good that it literally falls off as you pick them up. Okay. We have an Asylum Madman. Resolve the first applicable. Look at this thing here. Look at that. I think there's another couple of cards in there as well. So this track, which I think it may well be, I don't know what it is, but and how it's introduced, but it's got some stuff on. Obviously, as it climbs up this track, then more stuff happens. Let's go in here. Cards, a little red thing that will go onto one of the miniatures. I bet what it does, I don't know. So we have all the various cards there, and we have the miniatures here. So look at this. It's a very nice looking miniature, very evil looking, and the Sundrop really works well on this. If you're a Sundrop fan, I know some people Sundrop doesn't work for them. Look at the Striga. There we go. So I bet that little bit of red that we saw. So you can see it's that 2 different types of plastic again. We've got the actual body plastic there, and then we have the kind of blood wings which are coming off the back of it just there. There we go. And that is Striga. And then we have this dude. Look, there we go. Okay. So that is this expansion. That was nice and quick, that one, wasn't it, really? We like nice and quick ones, obviously. Just put all this back in. And we'll go and get another one, shall we? Well, what should we get next? I don't know. I do not know. Oops. That's the wrong way. It's that way. Cool. That. Right. Let's go and get another expansion. Okay, so next up we got the Hunters expansion, and this says, can we see that? Yeah, it says here, this expansion introduces 2 new hunters that have signed the Coven. Expand your hunters selection with the twins and the Clockwork Giant. Both these new hunters are also available as deputies in the solo mode and as pretenders, which is bosses. A special edition expansion with miniatures. Okay, so we'll have a look in this one then now, shall we? So these are additional hunters to add to your repertoire, your coterie, your available parties, if you like, of hunters to choose from. And I'm certain that you can pretty much mix these in with the base game as well. I can't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to. There we go, we'll just show you the artwork again. So that's the Hunters expansion. There's a components overview again, what the pretenders do, how to use them as pretenders, and we got the twins and the Clockwork Giant. Okay, so we've not, there we go. So the twins card, you see that there, it's in the cellophane. Okay, and then we have the Clockwork Giant pretender. That's as a deputy, yeah? And then we've got the thick cardboard pieces that fit on the player boards. That's the twins. And that is the Clockwork Giant. Ooh. Clockwork Giant's got a fancy dial that you will assemble and put together. Look at that thing. That's great. I'm going there. I'll not show you the cards because they're cards. But let's have a look at this Clockwork Giant. Look at this. It looks great. You see him, the gear is what his sword is like a broken gear. That's great. And here we go. This thing's got, again, the 2 types of plastic coming off there. You see the gears made with that. Really, really nice looking miniature, that. Very steampunky, isn't it? Very Life of P, the video game. There we go. So I wonder if the ones with the red behind them, if you use them as pretenders, which is when they are bosses. There we go, that's one of the twins. And we got 2 of the twins here. This one has got it's black, and I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but this is like grey, transparent, translucent on the arms here. So I'm having problems getting the detail on that because it's all kind of all black and looks one colour. There we go, the twin with the kind of whip coming around her. Really nice detailing on that. Okay, so that, my friends, is the... I didn't get this in right last time. That's the Hunters expansion. Let's have a look at another one. I mean, this pretty much says what it does on the tin, doesn't it? This is the acrylic pack. So this will be a replacement for some of the cardboard tokens with acrylic tokens. It says we've got wound markers, status markers, tactic markers, hunger markers, defense markers, lament markers, hunter-specific markers, and quest markers as well. So let's just break into this very quickly and have a look at what's in here. This is exciting, isn't it? Yeah? It's like Christmas when you do shit like this. So yeah, so here we go. The Grimcoven. Okay, right. So it's also going to act as some form of tray, I suppose. I wonder if you can incorporate this into the base game. So we have these acrylic markers here. They've got various numbers on them. Are they shield or they attack? I don't know. They look like mini shields, those things. I wonder if these are hunter-specific markers. I'll know as I learn to play the game or whatnot. I'll show you these. These are great. Okay, you ready? We've got bullets. And the bullets have got little, it's not coming up, is it? Little engravings on there as well. Yeah, cool. We have some kind of green markers with skulls on. Can you see? Let me pull one out of there. Like poison. I wonder if these are poison. Some kind of poison marker. My fingers aren't working. Here we go. Yeah, so there's a little like poison bottle up. And you can see it's got a skull on there. Okay. We've got some red markers, which are, I think these are just wound markers maybe. Those there. I like a metallic key here. This is weird. I don't know if you have to put it together. I can't get into the bag. Oh no. Okay. All right. So what this is, I wonder if it's hunter specific. This look, it's like this metal key, and then you've got these shards or something with it. But these are metal. I wonder if they are very much hunter specific, and for a particular hunter. I do not know. I apologise for all those of you who might be screaming at the screen now, saying, yeah, it's obvious what they are. We have some, what may be status markers, purple, orange and yellow. We have some little flames. These are like little acrylic tokens. They've got an image on there. Oh, I've seen that image before. I think I zoomed in on it when we looked at the tokens on the board. Some more there. Okay. And some more. Leave these in the bag, because I'll just lose them. These have got like toilet paper, a scroll or something on there, and something else on the back. And then we have a very singular, oh no, it's not singular, there's 3 of these like wing type things. I wonder which hunter they're for, or what they're for. So that's the acrylic pack. Obviously, you know, you don't need the acrylic pack. It's just going to replace some, not all, of the cardboard markers in the game. Right, let's pull something else out. Sticking with the plastic theme, we have the terrains here, and it says here that we've got coffins, tornadoes, a well, an abyss forge, a pile of skulls, some obstacles, a carriage, a treasure chest, and a ball and chain. So let's have a look at the quality of these. Again, we probably just won't look at every single one of these, but it should give you enough of an indication on what they look like. Oops. There we go. So while all the others are in boxes that have lids, this is in a kind of slip case, if you like. So let's pull these out. Oh, some big, beefy, meaty miniatures in here. Look at these. When they said, oh yeah, so these are some kind of, are they rocks here? What did they say we've got? These are obstacles, okay? So they are, that one's got a skeleton tied to a rock on there. I wonder if they're all slightly different. I think it's the same design on there, but they're still, you know, they're very, very nice. They've got these skeletons. People have been tied to rocks and just left to rot there. Look at these things. These are coffins laid down. They're nice. They're really nice. They look like they shouldn't work, but they do. Well, they're just really, really nice, those. We've got these things, which I think are these the tornadoes? No, these are these are piles of skulls. Okay. Yeah, we can get them out. There we go. Stuck in there a little bit. Oh yeah, you can see there's a wee pile of skulls with some flames coming out, so these will light the way for you. These will be the tornadoes. There's two tornadoes. Come on. Let's get these out. There we go. And you can see, again, there's 2 types of plastic, and it's like a blood tornado. Look at it. Or a gore tornado. We have the carriage. Very nice. I wonder if a headless horseman's going to ride that. We have a well. Yeah, when you want to throw a coin in if things are getting bad and just make a wish. We also have the, what's this? This is the Abyss Forge. Okay, look at this. So yeah. Some kind of forge. You can see a hammer above the anvil there, and you can see it's got the red stuff coming out of it. We have the treasure chest. Nice little treasure chest. Good for using in any kind of game like this, I suppose. Basically the treasure chest. And then we have the ball and chain, which is not my wife. So there we go. We have the ball and chain. So that is the terrains expansion. Right, we've got, I think, a couple more bits to do, and yeah, we're almost there. Okay, we'll do these 2 together, I think, yeah. So we have the companions and the personal stories. So companions, it just looks like a set of small miniatures to represent the companions from the base game. It's a cosmetic expansion, and it does not affect gameplay at all. I should imagine that's the same with terrain. It's the same with the acrylics, the acrylic tokens. They're not going to change the way you play the game. You know, if you don't have them, you're still going to play exactly the same game. This is purely for aesthetics. And here we go. So, there we go. So what have we got in here? We've got, I mean, they're not called anything. It literally says on the back of it, cat, sheep, rat, lizard, owl, and dog. Let's see if we can work out which one's which. We have an owl, we have a lizard, we have a dog, we have a cat, we have a sheep, and a rat. Let's look at this sheep, though. Look at this thing, right? This is... It's brilliant. I love it. Absolutely love it. That's absolutely brilliant. But again, purely aesthetic. Adds nothing to the game whatsoever. If you don't have them, you're not missing out on anything unless you want to really expand your Grimcoven experience. Right, so now we have personal stories. And it says here, dive deeper into the world of Grimcoven with Hunter's personal stories. This expansion allows you to explore the rich backstories and motivations of each hunter, offering a more immersive and personalised gameplay experience. Perform special quests and unlock unique upgrades to enhance your favourite hunter. Oh, this is quite good then. So could... Will it affect gameplay? No. You know, there's probably something in here that makes people who haven't got it want to play with some of the backstories from here. But you could obviously still play the base game without this and be perfectly fine. So let's just have a look and see how this looks. Again, it's another slipcase. Oh, all right, okay. There we go. Oh, wow. So, we have a number of little books. So let's have a look at the Gunslinger book. We're not going to look through them all, okay? And it says here, oh yeah, so you've got little quests, like little entries, and then quests at the end of them. At the end of the hunter phase, each one of your weapons and armour must have a cube on there. So you must go through and try and complete those. So it gives you quests as you go through and complete them. 8 storybooks, 24 standard cards, 8 bookmarks, and this rulebook. All cards from this expansion start as locked. They're not available to play until unlocked by appropriate entry in the story booklet. Okay, so that's good. So it tells you there lots of unlockable cards that you can get. So it could affect your gameplay. Absolutely it could. But you've got to play with this from the beginning, I suppose, to actually play through their quests and their stories to actually unlock what's in there. Yeah, pretty neat. Pretty neat. I like that. Adds some more depth and variety to the game itself. Right. Oh. Now we have the Grimcoven art book. Don't worry, I'm coming to the Playmats very, very shortly. Okay, so art books, the Awaken Realms like to kind of throw art books in with games, which are always nice if you enjoy the art, obviously. They're not for everybody. They don't generally add any kind of gameplay in there whatsoever. But let's have a look. Okay, so there's your wanted posters there. There we go, see that? There we go. So nice to show off the art, and I'm sure people will look at this and get kind of wonderfully inspired by it. Hold on a sec. They're not painting guides, are they? Are they painting guides? Doesn't say. No, it doesn't say. It just... I suppose you could use them as painting guides, couldn't you? But it tells you what's on there and exactly kind of what it means. There we go. A piece of human skull to cover the head of the faceless mannequin. All right, so nice little additions, these art books. You do kind of like them. You know, not something you go nuts about, but if you are painting, it's a great way to look at them for inspiration. All right, okay, let's have a look at the playmats now. Okay, so there are 2 mats, or 2 types of mats, should I say. There's more than 2 mats that come with it. We have this mat here, which looks like it's where you're going to set kind of the main part of the sideboards out for there. So it's how you remember when I was showing you through the game, it's got these little markers that say what phase you are. This is how you're going to control the phases on this playmat here. Really nice kind of artwork. You can see the kind of cowboy gunslinger thing down there, and this ruined kind of cathedral, church. Nice little illustrations on there. Yeah, that's really nice. That will help you kind of obviously have some more structure in the game. And then there are, I think, 5 of these. These are the individual Playmats. They're great. Look at that. I really like that. Love that image. You've got the red and the kind of almost silhouetted figures here. And this is where you'll put your player board and then all your cards and everything around it. Going to help you keep control of the game. Of course, you're going to need a big space to kind of do this. Not only if you're using the Playmats, so you've got two of those, one on either side of the table, there's two of you playing. You're going to have that to one side of the table, which is how you control kind of all the phases. Then in the middle of the table, you're going to have kind of everything that you put together there for the map and everything else. So I think the game is going to take up quite a bit of table space. And for those of you that are interested, we have the card sleeves. So it comes with a big hefty box of card sleeves. I can only imagine that this box is designed with enough sleeves to cover everything that comes in this particular pledge. So if you like sleeving your cards, then obviously we're just going to open this. We're not going to really show you unless they're unique card sleeves. No, there we go. So we have a number of packs of Awaken Realms card sleeves here. Great box to keep, because of course you can then use this box as storage for somebody else if you're breaking it down. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 packs of cards, card sleeves there. We've got some oversized and then standard. 1, 2, got one oversized, and then the rest are all standard size, I think. Is that oversized? No, don't say, yeah. Okay, it says standard, but there are different sizes on there, I think. No? Yeah, there's 6, they're all 2.5 by 3.5 inch, or 63mm by 88mm. I'll just double check that, yeah. Apart from the oversized one, which is 80mm by 120mm. Okay, so that is the card sleeves. It says Grimcoven on top. Maybe once you've sleeved everything, this becomes your card tray and it frees up some space in the actual game itself. Okay, last but not least, lucky last, we have what Awaken Realms like to do with every game that they do is they send out everybody a nice letter. Okay, so it says open here. I'm going to read the letter. What lies before you is far more than a game. It's a world forged in shadows, moulded through relentless effort and brought to life through the strength of your belief. Every piece inside this box exists because of you and thousands of others like you chose to place your trust in this vision. For that, we are sincerely grateful. It tells you a little bit about kind of what Grimcoven is, and then what to do if you've got some bent or broken pieces or missing components. And that, people, that is an in-depth look at absolutely everything that you get inside the kind of all-in sun-drop pledge for Grimcoven from Awaken Realms. Wow. That's a lot of stuff. And I had a break, about 3 hours. I had some food with my wife, we watched a film, then I came back and finished off the video. And it's still taken me kind of, the best part of 2 hours to kind of do everything here. However, it looks fantastic. I think, the aesthetic of the game carries through to every component and everything that we've seen here. I'm really looking forward to probably next weekend getting this to the table and spending some time playing it. It's been sat in my house since this morning. I had a really busy work day. All I wanted to do was look at the rulebook because I love reading rulebooks. But I decided to hold back, decided to kind of show you guys exactly what you get inside the all-in Sundrop pledge for Grimcoven. I'm genuinely excited by this game. I love a good boss battler, and I think this kind of steampunky cowboy theme that we've got going on here with Grimcoven is going to really scratch particular itches for me. So hopefully, as I say, I'm going to get to kind of break it out in the next week, get it onto the table, and spend a good few days kind of just playing Grimcoven. So stay tuned because at some point in the next month there will be a review on Grimcoven from a solo perspective. Now that will probably include me playing true solo and include playing co-op with two characters as well. It will probably only be on the base game because, there's a lot to go through here. But really excited for this. I think it all looks absolutely fantastic. I believe there's a standees version as well. So if you didn't, if you don't like the miniatures, you can have ordered the standees version as well, and not had as much plastic there. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how this plays. I believe it's starting to go out to backers very, very, very soon. It might even be on some boats and ships right now. So by the time you watch this video, who knows? Your copy of Grimcoven could be well on the way to you. So thank you once again for joining me on this journey through Grimcoven from Awaken Realms. I'm going to stop talking now. I'm a little bit hoarse now from showing everything there. My name's Mark. This is Not Board Gaming. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Check out my other videos. And one final thought: if you can't find anyone else to play with, then there's nothing wrong with playing with yourselves. Until next time, bye bye.